Okay, we are back live here with map 1 for Furia versus Bates. Finally getting into the action, kicking things off on Mirage, Furia on the CT side, Bates on the T side. And it looks like we will have a slow round into probably an A play, James, because that bomb has been left in T-spawn. We've got 3 players, or 2 players ramp. And it's a retake setup for the Furia side on A with more of a B stack. So pretty typical openings from both sides. So we'll see now that Base is beginning to gather for Zay, whether they're ready to go for the hits. Alex on the smoke and double flash duty. You got now everybody, all hands on deck for this push. Again, the CTs are playing retake, so no one committed onto the sites for this defense. And that is fine.
Zizzy's got a P250, which is great to see. He's in Palace. Oh, that's perfect! P250 on the pistol round, doing what it's supposed to. That's what we're talking about. I think that was the smoke that was being held by Yuri as well, which ends up going against Furia. There was a grand plan with that. And that plan has been thwarted. The remaining 3 players have got Kevlar, and it looks like they will hold on to that, which is smart. Now, NPL and Sizzy, again, they want to get those cheap helmets, so they do not want to take damage. But Molodoy is heading towards T-spawn, so it might be that everybody takes damage. Let's see. Very careful pistol round though by Bates. Oh, denied. And they get far enough away. Again, everybody's aware of this detail. And it used to be, like, obviously many years ago, that people didn't really make these considerations, especially a save on the pistol round of the Kevlar and so on. And there was a moment where it was like, hold on. This is more valuable than getting, say, 1 frag and losing this round. So, again, this is what CS2 is. After so many decades, the edges are all important.
Got the stack on A right now for Furia. It's gambling. I was very fortunate to see Molodoy's debut event in Astana firsthand. Right at the... That was like the J curve, like the bottom of the J curve for Furia was right at that point. They jumped the rankings significantly event to event after that. And it was really cool to see, you know, Molodoy in front of the home crowd, and it's like home city. Like that's a very rare thing that you could ever get to see. And he crushed it too. So that's pretty, can't ask so much more than that. He could probably get flattened in this round.
Right then. This is like... Oh dear. Get to that later. Let's see if this is a survivable round for Bates. Well-positioned Furia, causing all kinds of problems. That will be a beautiful grenade. Keserato still standing for now. Oh, down to the wire. 7 HP, was that? 7 HP?
Yep.
Oh, that's scary. Scary. Furia stamping their authority on this game already.
It's interesting there because I think in some of the series we've seen so far, we typically see T-sides trying to confirm where the stack is. And here, you know, this is the reason why this goes like this is because they walk straight into the stack. And very problematic. Definitely lost quite a bit of money there. We'll see if that can be capitalized upon here. Another hit onto the A site. This looks a lot faster. He's just looking to rip it straight away. And the AWP from Molodoi is rotating through to Ticket now. Fury getting some good damage. Case
Oh
Roger
my
ahead
God.
of the push. That's too many through the smoke. And this push is dead in the water.
God damn. It's like they're pissed at how late the game has started and they want to go to sleep. Case Roger's like, don't worry, guys. I've got this. 7-1 after.
I mean, especially because they just killed 4 people.
Yeah.
What they got left?
Yeah, put them straight into the bin. All right then, Furia. I think everybody's happy to see Fallen at the top of CS again.
Oh yeah.
But for a number of reasons. A, because it's Fallen. B, because he's showing that it can be done.
Yes. I think that's one of the biggest factors for me is that it's still an experiment. You know, the esports is still young. We don't know how long careers can truly be. And there's a lot of theories, but I believe if you are willing to sacrifice what it takes to sacrifice, I think it's possible to have a very, very long career like Fallen is having. So I totally agree.
Yeah. The fighting pride of his country. Long may it continue. Won't continue long on this round though. He's gone. He's been smoked like a kipper. This is a save, I reckon. Oh, definitely is now. But Yakindar's at the point of no return. My words. Okay, good. I'm happy to see this. An answer back from Bait. Again, the underdog story. Maybe a bigger one than we had in the previous match of Pain versus Mongols.
Counter-Strike is such a dangerous game at the pro level. You kind of have to give respect to, or like some default level of respect to pretty much any team you face, because especially if you're the absolute favorite like Furia are, because one, they can study your material a lot more easily, and then secondly, because just the average level is a lot higher than it ever used to be, and so just if you're on the wrong side of the variance. They've done their prep work. They can hit their shots. They got really nasty mechanics. You can get in trouble against anyone in this game, and so yeah, Furia. Not the best start for them. They're gonna be in a lot of trouble if they don't win this round.
That's my smoke. Not my smoke, but the one I throw. Copy that from Flusher. The sideways throw. But it's a problem. I mean, in a pro game, it's not. But if you choose to learn that one, someone will just stand in your way while you're running sideways and ruin it. So it comes with risk. But not in a pro game. Pretty reliable. If you want to see some other crafty ones, Holmes's YouTube channel is a good place to be.
Ooh. Shots exchanged. Sizzy gets himself the kill though. And they're going to reset back into the A sites. If they lurk on mid, on the chair position right now. And I like this, getting active here, Furia, to the T ramp. They sense the plays coming.
The bomb. That's a lot of information straight away. And oh, Yuri doesn't know how low Chizzy is. Still a difficult swing though. But a 3 versus 2 it is in favor of Furia. They know one is to the ramp, but where is the other one? Alex announces his presence as Sizzy drops on the ramp. Now what do you do? 20 seconds. Walking into a triangle of doom here. Yakindar pulls away, but not far enough. Tongue twister. Apparently. He'll have to hold on to what he has. No chance of planting the bomb there. There's no reason for them to peek based on the time. There's no more winning in this round to be done for Alex. Oh! What on earth? From one perspective to another. That was a pixel frag.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Furia back in, looking to stabilize. Double orbs falling in Molodoi. Molodoi looking over the stairs position. Stairs is such a fun position because you can be active in so many different ways. Into connector, up into the stairs and the sides. So many angles and positions to work through. And oh, what a shot from Alex! Just finds the pick onto Queserato in connector. Now there's a little bit of trouble there, and they've also worked MPL all the way through. They're behind B. It's not. They're not looking for this at all. So much damage. 5 versus 3 now.
Oh, it's a tougher position for Fallen to get a multi-frag in. He excuses himself from the situation. And that's the best option. Because he cannot afford to die here. What else is left in this round for them? Yeah, completely outpositioned. I think it's about holding space to save now. Very powerful save if they can manage it with 2 AWPs. And Yuri will be on the run as well. Oh my god, look at the hunt. Look at bait, they are streaming in. Sometimes it can feel like an eternity to pull out a grenade and then be able to throw the grenade. And you can see Yuri's like, nah, it's not worth it. Let's just run and hide somewhere. Back and forth we go then. Again, on paper, it will be a tough one. It will no doubt be a tough one for Bait, but they are currently moving 4-2 over Furia in the first map of the series. Wow. Very nice.
It seems like teams are struggling today, at least on the B stream, to just get momentum. You know, when you're getting ahead, winning against the Force Bias pistols, whatever it might be. It seems like a big challenge. Things falling apart easily. Need some more glue.
Is glue made from horses?
I don't know.
I feel like it might be.
Maybe it can be.
It's probably a good time to
what is glue made from?
Remind people about the DHL mailbag. If you have questions, relationship advice or otherwise, for the B stream, add B stream to your title. And we will give you the best advice going.
It can be made from animals.
Can you die? Can I make glue from you?
No.
Well, let's see how this buy goes for Fury then. Again, they've got the 2 AWPs from the previous round and a great focus on A. A quick look, Yuri sees nothing as Bates are well hidden. Does that pull rotation elsewhere? They haven't contested mid for the time being, just trying to control connector. As time passes, there may be concerns in that position. Sizzy goes for the crouch peek, and he will pay for his insolence. 5-on-4 then. NPL dropped as well. This one not going so well for Bait so far.
Stuck in sandwich. I mean, this is a hard spot to move from. Oh. Okay, it gets even worse. Being locked down there. And just being toyed with. Essential with the trade onto Yakinda and Alex with the kill and connector. Maybe that opens up some space now. There's 40 seconds to go. Wow, what a shot from Alex. He is really popping some heads here so far today.
There's the F1 peak coming out.
2 versus 2.
Imagine being on the receiving end of that. I would disconnect. But there's more to be done. 28 seconds. 2 CTs. This will be a very interesting swing. Queserato is making the steps to try and bait, try and delay that bomb plant. Won't happen. The 5-7's enough for the first one. Alex will surely look. Oh no, he does look for Palace as well. What a crazy 4K. How on earth?
Damn, this Alex guy is he's popping off.
Who looks for the
so
second player there?
I mean,
that's crazy.
Pretty unbelievable kills actually so far in this game. It's a good trade from Essential, but then Alex just owns everybody else.
That is not easy to do. That's not an easy decision to make, to even look back there with all the other places the CT might be. Spatial awareness is through the roof. Furia's economy is in the bin. It'll be a slow start then for the favorites. This is the pick of bait. They're showing us why.
That's true. Definitely a lot of comfort here. These pistols are mostly dealt with, so that's good news. All right. 2. Let's see what else they can do in this half. It could be a big half. There's definitely opportunities. Alex has been doing there. Double ops have come out, but it's just in those rounds that can't really get firing off. Just they have been getting these opening entries, just all had the space to work with for Furia so far. Molodoi back onto AWP. Says he's just going for it around the side of the smoke. Not any fear at all.
Furia will feel the urgency to find some kind of edge in this round. You can see that push in B apartments, the pop flashes for Yuri. Combination is pretty solid. The smoke in the apartments as well. Oh dear. Keserato could be in for another multi. Trigger discipline. He's looking for a second and he will find the objective. Line him up, zip him up. Looking for another one. But I think he's done enough.
Yeah, he was close too. 10 HP for Essential. But yeah, 30 seconds to go. Alex, again, he's going to find a very key entry that opens up the site now. There's a path to planting. There's no HEs, no incendiaries, nothing to prevent this bomb from going down, though. Can Alex really do this again? He's 8-2 at the moment. In the cap position against a lot of heat right now. The AWP of Molodoi is definitely a big problem. Alex is in the clutch again. Players in front. Instant kill onto the AWP. Huge frag to find Alex. He keeps on doing it. 14 HP. Looking for the final swing. The final frag. Has to be the Deagle now. This is ridiculous. It's Yukindar to trade it. I mean, the fact that it even was a possible scenario there is in of itself absurd. Oh my God, James. This is ridiculous.
We've got some good games today. We've got some highly entertaining, unpredictable games where people are doing a lot with a little. And we've got many back and forths in multiple rounds. Both teams finding ways to make things viable. Early advantages only last so long.
They need to take the time out too after picking that one up. They're 7-2. They want to just completely crush Furia. Don't blame them. Dude, Alex is popping off, man.
He is. We've just seen some great clutches. And he's completely emotionless, which is fantastic. That's the kind of psyche you want for a game. You don't get excited about a big play. You just move on to the next round. Consistency is more accessible with such a mindset. Furia will have a buy for round 10. Keserato being harassed immediately. Furia will have some great results at the beginning of this one. A minute 40 on the clock, and they've got a 5-on-3 on Mirage. Oh, did he check properly? I swear he looked up. Either way, Sizzy's got much to do now.
Sizzy against the world.
Sizzy needs to rescue the bomb.
Sizzy is in a lot of trouble.
Swing and a miss. Patience is paying off. It's so interesting to take a step into the mind of somebody in the clutch, especially when it's a sniper. Just trying to visualize how the opponent will set up against you. Oh! Oh! It was becoming doable. God, these players are scary.
Yeah, deleted the flanker.
The visualization is so interesting. Like, you can see it in how they're holding the angles, how they're trying to give themselves cover. But yeah, I'm sure he Ken Scizor looked up when he came out, but I guess he didn't look up enough.
Very important pickup too for Furia there. 3 on the board now. Feeling a little bit better, but jumping out into mid. Serato looking to get some early frags here, but there's actually 3 Ts, so this might be a bit challenging because he's by himself here, playing on the edge of the smoke. Pretty susceptible to getting sprayed, and that's exactly what happens. 1 for 1 though, and he does see 2 players. But there's so much time in the round here that information value kind of decays over time. Okay, Serato's been doing all the lifting. He's 14 and 8.
There is support, but they don't know the climate over towards the B apartments. Sizzy moving through. Sound cues for Fallen. Slows him down a little. Sizzy traded. Kinder doesn't know how many players are on this bomb site, though. So sharp on that first one. Now Ken Scizor is in the clutch. Smoke to buy some time. Help is on the way with all of 6 HP, Yuri. Kindar's done exactly what he needs to be. Be a nuisance, draw attention, stay alive. Allows his teammate to finish off the job.
Okay, it's a tough start for Furia here against the underdogs. Interestingly, Bait are actually only 20% win rate on Mirage over the last 3 months with 5 maps played. They've taken losses to Aurora, Mongols, Furia, previously in Pain, and NRG. So Bait right now really swinging very hard. Is it to be 5 rounds for Furia though? Not a great buy here from Bait as they kind of work some of these positions early. Okay, Serato, he's having quite the game though. 2 kills added to the tally. 16 in total so far now this half. With the AK feeling a little bit difficult now for Bates.
I think it's also worth noting on the 3 meetings against Furia on Mirage, 2 of which were last year. They did beat Furia 13-3 and 13-5. So perhaps they're trying to channel that energy. So far, so good, but there's more work to be done.
Welcome back to the B stream here, where we are now continuing Furia versus Bates. Bates had a stunning first half against Furia with a 7-5 advantage, but now Furia are on the T side, able to dictate the pace. We'll see if they can find the recovery that they're looking for.
Looks like the pace of this pistol round may be a little faster than the first one. Oh, ding dong from Yakinda. And Essential is dead. Sizzy at the back of the side, back of the head. He will connect. Oh, so close. He delivers the second one. Time for a reload. Has he got more left in the tank? Not according to Fallen. 2-on-2. Bomb plant would be crucial here for Furia. Oh, Serato was halfway pressed on his mouse one, but Alex was faster. Fallen in the clutch now. Isolating the fight. Free-firing all day and securing that pistol. That's huge for Furia.
That's pretty massive. Very, very nice way to win a pistol clutch. Mr. Fallen, the professor himself. And very needed to. Again, they're having a bit of a rough Mirage against Bates so far. I haven't really managed to kind of get going. It's just Serato that's been just going crazy. As you can see, 16-9 on the scoreboard. Doing a lot of the work at the moment. But these pistol rounds, or rather these horse flies, have been very difficult today. Moladoy, though, able to take down both players in Palace. So that's a huge win early in this round for Furia. You just have to now just figure out how they want to end the round. The bomb is still down towards T-spawn, so decisions are still to be made.
What is your play here if you're the CTs? You've got two guys on A. What does your third man do? That's a great question. What does Ken Sizor do here? Do you take the risk and go for an apartment push or something? Try and find something? Do you just all combine together? And try and save if you pick the wrong bomb site? With 4 alive, maybe Furia send at least one information man to understand the climate on a bomb site. We have Serato towards B while the rest posture up. He might come through the B window towards short, perhaps. Later on, or through the underpass. 30 seconds, NPL spotted. Can he run enough distraction? Will Essential be checked for? Time could be on his side. You can see all the other CTs are trying to make them focus anywhere else. But now he's got to get activated. That leaves NPL with his baby AWP. Like a little nipper biting at your feet.
So the easy rounds now to be over with. After this next one, obviously deal the force buy. Yeah, in really good stead. Let's see force again. Who knows?
I think they should force every round.
They're sensible. They're sensible. They are sophisticated.
Refined. Internet gentlemen. That'd be a good name for an esports team. Internet gentlemen.
Internet gentlemen.
Yeah. I think I'm onto something there. You know, Lando Norris is a fan of Counter-Strike. He likes playing...
Oh, really?
I think he streams CS.
Oh, that's cool.
He could be like an ambassador for Internet Gentlemen.
Very nice indeed. Yeah, I remember a long time ago, there was a pretty famous basketball player, I think, that was into StarCraft, pro StarCraft in like 2014 or something. He was like an NBA player, and everyone was going pretty crazy about that. I forget what who the player was now.
Does Alex have something to offer here? Is he going to make this a little more interesting? The answer is no. There was a threat for a while. The threat level was raised. What's the if it was in colors, what would the base color be? Green. Damn. That's harassment.
Yeah, you got to watch a bunch of seminars now. Good luck.
Yeah. Sensitivity training is required. Oh, good times. Kind of like if you're caught speeding for the first time in the UK and it's not a completely outrageous speed, you have the option to go to a speed awareness course where people just talk at you about speed for half a day.
Re-education camp.
I may or may not have done that recently. Oh, your kid's been lost very early indeed.
Ooh.
Bates are off to the races in 16.
Good timing from Molodoi, though. Oh, we can't quite get the ticket player. City with a repeak, and Molodoi will finish it on the second look. MPL playing that stairs position with Alex up here, guarding the balcony. Definitely still makes entry quite difficult, but opportunities for a fight. Wow, what a connection to the head from Alex. Although 2 versus 3 still alive is this round for the moment, but now it's gone. Totally gone. The chances for the Furia side to build any momentum early on into this one, as you may have expected them to. It's just a very rough and just difficult Mirage for them so far. It just it doesn't feel like they're flowing yet.
You know, this lad Sizzy is 16 years old. If you just look at like his that clutch in Palace with the second man coming out, and B, the fact that he just doesn't seem to care whatsoever. Like, he's 16 years old. That's crazy. What a great mindset. Remember Simple when he was young, when he was much younger, playing on teams like Flipside Tactics, raging, doing whatever he wanted, not caring.
Flaming Blades and his teammates.
Or Blade, what a hero.
Or did it not allowed to buy the AWP? Well, Simple just buy one as well.
Yeah. But this guy...
I should be AWPing.
This guy is emotionless in the best way. That is rare, even for somebody twice his age. So he will absolutely be one to watch. Again, the game sense is crazy. Very impressive. Are you an emotional player?
Hard game so far.
When you were playing Pro Quake, were you an emotional player?
I say pretty normal. There's definitely some players that are very, very good at managing and handling emotions, especially like the 1v1 players. It's 1v1 actually. I don't think this is something that's maybe appreciated as much in a game like Counter-Strike. The pressure is all on you, and so that actually does magnify the level of emotional control that you need, because it's like much harder to deal with. Anytime you make a mistake, it's super magnified. Obviously, if you lose the clutch in this game, that's like a moment where you feel like it's all on your shoulders. But when you're playing 1v1 games, it's always on your shoulders all the time. And any mistake you make, it just feels 10 times worse.
I guess you don't have that frustration of the people around you pissing you off because it's just you. I guess it's not like a 1-for-1 comparison. But you played Team Quake as well.
Yes.
All right, we'll get back into that later.
Yes, the match resumes 8-8 for Bait and Furia. We'll see exactly what Furia can do here with these pistols. Molodoi on the AWP still as well. He is positioned on the catwalk here, looking for the pick into connector. And he's going to get caught by Sizzy. Great hold there on that angle. And then MPL takes the opportunity through window. And suddenly, Furia, they're kind of dead in the water again. Can't really make their way forward. And now Bait can just play more passively. They've done all the work they needed.
Yeah, it's about individual brilliance. Oh, Alex on the radar, surely. So we saw him come out on Alex's POV, but Alex didn't see him. I guess he was starting looking at the right of his screen, but I feel like you get a question mark or something, surely, on the radar in that scenario. Maybe not. Either way, there is a pick that they needed, and now Fallen is looking for an opportunity to be provided to really get the wheels turning in this one. He plays live T-side Mirage. Something can be done. Actually getting a bomb plant out of this. No one in that short position. Fallen is looking. So Bait playing it safe, very safe. They've got smokes and flashes. Oh, just not expecting him to walk out dry. That is brazen. Expendable man just walking into the bomb site. It's like a silent retake. This is crazy. Have you seen anything like this? Oh my words. Look at
Right on.
like no util, no flashes, nothing. They're expecting them to announce their presence in advance. They just came in with no invitation.
The Kindle seemed rude that too. Even though Kentasaur kind of just hit a headshot very, very close to him, like you would think that the audio cue would maybe have given him a sense, but they're just expecting to see more. It just seems so crazy.
Thought you were safe.
You gotta respect it. You've got to respect it.
I've never seen a retake like that in my life.
That puts Furia back in the bogs. We got left. Essential should have an easy time here. Nice peek though. Nice little crouch peek. But Essential doesn't have to do much in this round. He just has to delay ultimately and just position down, which he's done. But now his teammates can reposition a little bit. Although they actually aren't just yet. Kentasaur is on the cap position, so he can, of course, catch the players dropping out of the palace, or of the view palace.
Can a bomb plant be found for Furia? It's Serato in a 1 versus 3. Oh. Right, they'll keep them spending. A bomb plant, but they did plenty of damage to the CT economy, which I think might just make up for it. See if they can build on that later on.
Smokes out. Molodoi looking to get the pick of the apartments, perhaps? Or is he going under? Okay, he's walking under. Says he's been pretty good with the orb so far. He's really getting the better of Molodoi. One of the issues that can face some of these top teams is that sometimes, or it's actually not uncommon, it's hard for you to be fired up to deliver your better performances when you're in a group stage. When you're a team that's used to being on the stage at events, or you're used to playing for the big pressure games. When you're used to that, all of the other games don't feel like they have pressure in comparison in the same ways, which is actually kind of a nerf to your performance sometimes. So it can be hard to focus as hard as your opponents might be in this situation.
This round started quite defaulty from Furia. Keeping the CTs on it. Jakindar begging for a reposition in the wrong direction. Fallen will pick up the slack in that respect. Molodoi thinning the numbers now as things start to get very urgent for Bait, but NPL comes through with 2, and it's a 2-on-2 now. Sizzy deciding what he wants to do there. They look to peek the connect. Oh, they both have AWPs as well. Double lineup.
Smoke.
The bomb needs to be collected. 15 seconds. Going to be a double peek. It's a great swing from NPL, but he's not ready for Sizzy to be holding the same angle. Nasty surprise for Furia. And Fuller's like, bop. Oh, oops. Yep, I'm on camera.
What a rough spot. Nothing to help them recover the bomb there, and unwinnable 2v2. Bait is so close. They're doing a great job here. I mean, I liked also the switch up in defense because they've been fighting mid quite a lot, just holding on to connector. But that time they totally just voided that position, gave up all of those spots, and forced Furia to kind of go in to these really exposed angles. So I like the mix-ups and CT setup. So yeah, Bait looking very comfy right now.
swing and a hit. Nice. This is a threatening round for Furia, from Furia, rather, with their Tech 9s. I believe in Tech 9s. They've been the truth for years. That's a pistol I'm a fan of. I still have scars from the CZ era. Oh, daring. A pilgrimage towards B. They're going to walk into a split at 127. Off they go. Essential, you are in so much trouble. Intizor stuck in the choke point as well. Oh, man. So many targets. Not too shabby with that HE. NPL getting his bell rung. What an urgent situation. Bomb planted. How much more is there left in this one? Fallen in the apartments with the Tech 9. Looking to clutch the whole thing. He's knocking on all the doors. Where are you off to, son? Down to the 1v1. He's got 23 HP. Smokes are up. Oh, he's onto the site. He's got one. Oh, man. He is fighting tooth and nail. What a problem causer. He needs to be put on the list.
That's crazy. He actually, I can't believe he gets onto the site, actually. That seems so bold. They didn't even need to get onto the site. He's wild, he's moving, he's grooving. Wow. Through the smoke. Why not? 12-8 Bates looking to take map 1 away from Furia. I didn't think that they had much of a shot here, but clearly I was wrong. Into the mid attack they go, and looks like they'll promptly disengage. Re-entry, though, from the Furia side. Sizzy still out here. Amongst cover of smoke, can he get out here? He's still out there, though. Re-peeking into this on the side. Unpunished, though.
Could be great. Intizor repositions. He's got great help from Essential. And Molodoi is not ready for that one. Cut to ribbons. Furia leaving Yuri in so much trouble. He won't last long. Bates take their pick of Mirage. That might be a surprise to many versus rank 2, but they are not here to mess around. Earlier is that they've got like a very... They've got a very steady hand, all these players. They don't seem to bring emotions into this game whatsoever. I mean, the sample size is small. Like, if things are to be more difficult for them on Overpass, then we'll see if they become more animated. But I think that is very, very important in this particular series as well. Not caring about the opponent or the scenario. Comfortable at home. I mean, who knows? If you're in a big LAN and there's loads of crowd making noise, it may be different. But in this environment, they seem quite ready. And the odds seem quite reasonable as well. We saw an interesting breakdown of Overpass from Fallen during the break with Sponge. I do quite like the map as well, as many of you may know already. So the balcony has been smoked off, and there is some pre-fire asking questions of the tease through Monster, but through short, Yakinda and Yuri will clear house. Sizzy and NPL have an unfortunate rotation. Unfortunate because their teammates are dead. Blood has been spilled. Bombs have been planted. And I don't think the counter-terrorists are going to win on this occasion.
Which is definitely just going to find their matches of this recent. One recent, whereas recent is 2. So that, so very excited to see what it's like. Alex, that made it a really big diff. So, focus.
I think Bates are definitely capable. So opportunity knocks,
Yeah,
it would be big for them to 2-0 Furia.
Focus on.
Be big for anyone to 2-0 Furia who's not in a top 10. Full spy. Not really anything left in the hole for Bates. And again, I always think about the AWP in a scenario such as this. They're fully committing. That was an easy one. Of course, the Shadow will concede Fallen's position before he rounds the corner. It was enough warning for a good start. Do you see how much he looked for the headshot there? He really made sure he landed a headshot. And maybe that gives his team an opportunity. That was nasty.
Bank we go. And straight into Molodoy. Watchful. The watchful Molodoy. Okay, well, looks like the danger has been abated for now. We usually do lots of just heinous puns. I think that's my first one since we've been casting the last few days.
Yeah. Well, we had a brief moment with Try.
True.
That was nice. That was nice. But I wonder, like, you know, should that force buy go wrong? Let's see what the money looks like. But if you're not going to have an AWP on the buy round, how much of a setback is it, I wonder? Because it can quickly be missing for most of a half. Well, I think it'll be okay. A calculated risk. The frag certainly helps. Nice detail. Oh, where's Molodoy off to? He has been popped early. Very early indeed.
Yeah.
And this is, when you don't have all the map control in the world, this is awkward on Overpass.
Very nice. Little replay there.
But look at their map control. They've got 2 guys in connector and 2 guys in the playground. And there's a minute on the clock. This is... this could be difficult. This could end up being difficult for them.
When it comes down to this 5-7, I largely, I would say, I think NPL will get overwhelmed on the site just with a deagle. And it definitely is a commitment to A. There's no real doubts about it. There's no way to pivot off this. So you want the first player that spots them to be able to create the delay so that there's rotation in time. That's what you're needing to see. NPL trying to get the jump peaks. He's actually a little bit off timing though. He jump peaks dice one more time. He would have been able to spot them. But in fact, are they thinking that it's going to be a B play? Okay, well, the nades are coming in now. What are they going to do? They're completely out of position at this point. He needed that one more jump peak. That could have changed quite a lot positionally, but bomb's going to get planted, and now the chances to win the round just plummet.
I mean, 5-on-3. All right, they'll neuter it. That's unfortunate for Bait. They won't know how close they were. It would, if they saw them coming, it would have been very curious. So Furia will be happy with that. Crisis averted, I think it's fair to say. Game on. Let me see
Gammon.
that AWP. Oh, stop. I'm going to put you down.
I haven't had a Gammon in ages.
Sizzy has pulled out the AWP, which is what you want to see, with Kevlar as well. So all is well in the Bates camp. He has everything that he needs. We've seen a good early warning system. Well, early warnings from Furia with the grenades we saw for a short boost in that last round. Perhaps they'll try to condition the CTs away from certain plays. Speaking of grenades, though, that's not too bad a grenade either. Definitely caught Molodoi by surprise.
MPL in a key position, looking for the opportunity here, but now flash, look at that. It was already ready to go, that pop flash play. And that's good clearance of the bathrooms. Sizzy could really, really help though. If there's even a pick afforded him, we'll see how the util works. But Furia, now that they've constricted the forward space, that info's gone now. So in fact, as I say that, Kenzis was trying to solve that problem, moving into the bathrooms to see, okay, are they actually going to play off of this? Or are they going to rotate back to B? Now he's going to see all that util. He's going to be ready for a timing peak, but it's just, they're waiting for it. It's an info trap.
So cool with the time on the clock as well. Heading towards 25 seconds. They're still deciding where to take this. They're offering more towards that A bomb site. It would be a big gamble towards B with only 3 players. You're expecting the CTs to be fully committed, and seeing 2 on A surely means the remainder are on A. Off the bomb goes towards the B bomb site then. Great estimations here that we're seeing from Furia. Really smart stuff. There's always risk in Counter-Strike, but it's a simple question of what makes the most sense. What am I doing here? If I'm with the CTs, especially when you've got 3 players left, have to concentrate your efforts to some degree, or a full degree quite often. And there's an exhale. Now we're seeing the slightest animation in bait as things get difficult.
Yeah, this is a tough team to play against if you're bait, because Furia has, of course, really good mid-rounding, especially on a map like Overpass. We actually saw, obviously, like you referred to earlier, that content piece where Fallen was explaining like just one detail of a protocol that he has for the team, or a call out essentially to, once they have certain positions, to be able to sell fakes. And just that mid-rounding, we saw it in action there where, this high pressure after the initial pick in bathrooms, there's now big pressure on info. And so because they know that, they're looking for ways to punish Kenzazor, who's then looking for the follow-up information to confirm how they should rotate on the CT side. So it's very hard, like, it can really be, get in your head as to how do you deal with that properly if you're bait. It's very difficult.
Struggle is real now. I remember when I went to secondary school, I'd have these vouchers to get lunch with because we were not rich people. And this is what this round is for baits. It is on a budget, which is quite minimal. Oh, don't you hate it when that happens?
K0 on 5. Yeah, that really sucks. That's the Counter-Strike timing that we all know and hate. Kenzazor trying to find some timing himself, but looking like the round is just another shutdown. There was some good opportunities there. Imagine if K0 actually dies on the flank there. You get the AK collected. You got that flank pressure. So that would have been round changing for sure.
Nice elephant, mate. Hey, nice elephants.
It was the plan.
That worse, surely. That bread looks completely screwed. So, I'm not eating that bread. That bread looks like it's got an STI.
Big peek into the playgrounds. Kindle's on the other end of it, potentially. Whilst we see the water control fought for. So the CTs, I think, really want, obviously, the Furia to start working into bathrooms where they've had so much success. Now there's a double setup there, a 2-man setup. but so far they're not doing it. Where are they? Serato, Walken, Monster getting the close clearances. They're really trying to pull rotation towards B, it feels like. Maybe force the bathrooms setup to kind of pull back towards the A side, but they're holding strong right now.
No info for the CTs. There's only one flashbang for Furia. Interesting. Big swing from Yakinda. Right, catches the second one as well. Brazen. It's Fallen carrying the bomb. I don't think he's been seen just yet. He has now. Sizzy up close. Battle snipers. Good to drop one. But the trade will be here. 15 seconds on the bomb, on the clock for the bomb to be planted. And Bait get dismantled slowly but surely. Just deleted. They're just getting deleted.
I like the adjustment from Bait, just how because they basically were in that round, they didn't react at all to pressure from Furia. They just decided these are the setups that we want to have. We're going to live and die by this forward setup, and if they rotate into the somewhere, we don't care. We're just going to, because the problem is that Furia is so good at playing with the information and suggesting stuff, they can catch you in between lots of decisions. So if you just have a rock solid setup that you don't care like what they do and you just hold it, that's kind of a good answer. But like you say, Furia connecting the shots, not this time, but generally connecting the shots.
Yeah, this is a solid as a brick 6-0 for Furia. Ooh. Even with the rifle in the left hand, still an awkward angle to look at. And that position that MPL was in is the classic. Rounding the corner, obscuring vision with the rifle in your right hand when you're going through connector. You won't see that guy unless your rifle is in your left hand. Good to know the angles where that's important. Absolute sitter there. So early on, Bates are looking somewhat outclassed versus Furia's T side. Doesn't look like they'll have an answer in this half. It's just a comfort that Furia have, playing with the clock as well. Is very difficult. Like it might be forcing Bait to do something aggressive to get an early 5-on-4, so they're not at the mercy of Furia's timing. As you saw with the swing from Yakinda on long in the previous buy round. Furia are dictating where all the fights happen. And Bait might want to do that, but of course that comes with risk. And it will not... it'll be hard to catch Furia off guard. You've got to find a way to win rounds in this half. And right now, Furia are just taking... They're taking things at will and by force.
Yeah, they have complete command of the T side. This is why Overpass is a really awesome map, is because when you get teams at like the top 8 level playing it, and it's like really like super in their map pool, like they can play it really well. The tactical and strategic aspects of it are really fun to watch, because it's actually hard to solve the T side when the CTs are doing everything correctly. You're kind of always short utility, so it creates these spots where you have to gamble on lots of positions. And so I think that, to me, is one of the reasons why it's so fun, because it creates an extra layer of mind games. And obviously the map has really like fun rotation possibilities as well for both teams. So it's a great map, I think, for just high level competitive Counter-Strike. I hate to play with randoms though. I
hate playing with people who are stupid. Oh, look. There's the bottle smoke.
Well, he's going up there, up the ramp. He's looking for a pick. Denied. Kindar, not to be denied though. Straight out there, gets flash, doesn't care. Keeps going. Eventually he'll be stopped by Alex, but the trade is ready to go. And the bomb site is taken. Just switch up a pace and approach. Good util. That's it.
One step ahead.
Yeah, they have T-side mastery for sure. Very
One
good
step
T-side.
above. One step above you, like a pharmacist, as Vinny Paz would say. It's nice when you have flow like this and you are in full control, as Furia are. Kensazor is 0 for 7. Essential is 1 for 7.
Terrorists win.
And again, there is room to be aggressive on the CT side. But of course, you've got to put bodies towards the B bomb sites at the beginning. But despite that, again, the change of pace, they are in your minds. And you are being victimized.
Yeah.
You've got to focus and like, it's so hard to get out of this vortex in the space of a map.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I think the demand of having like really good util and timings is pretty high to stop stuff like this, to take over this short position. But Alex is going to see if he can get some good fragging in here. Ooh, nice pick off. 2 players in the smoke. We'll trade him out though, and Essential can't get anything there on the site. If he got 1 kill there, it would have been a 3v3. Maybe a bit more doable, but once again, the T's are going to have this B bomb sites. So two super fast B hits. There's something for us to kind of remember, because we'll see how Furia plays the pacing game on the next round. They may slow it down and just to play a very painfully slow round, expecting the CTs to dump util at the beginning of the round in response to these faster timings in the 2 rounds previous.
Unless they think that bait think, surely they won't do it again. And
Yeah, you can just hit it again, true. Yeah.
I mean, you haven't lost the round, so it may lean you towards that idea.
That's actually a really good point, because teams used to always, well, every team kind of faces this mistake sometimes where teams, you think that the opponents will counter you, so you should stop doing the thing that works, whereas they might try to counter you, but they might actually fail in how they adjust. And so if it's working, you should probably, in most cases, keep trying to do it. But it depends. It's like you said, James, if you've got someone in the vortex, you know, you have the best intuitive sense as to how to, you know, what option to show next.
When to turn it on, when to turn it off. Yeah, so
they're
again,
turned off right now.
look at this body language versus the first map. Completely different. Completely different.
Like, get me out of here. Oh, he is out of here.
Yeah. It's good to see like they are not robots. They are human. And nobody likes being on the receiving end of a beating like this. Where's he gone?
Small tech pause. Then we have some mailbags bagging around.
Ah, yes, we do. That is a great reminder. So, from Quake Enjoyer for DDK, did you ever play against Jonathan Fatality Wendell? Any stories? Cheers.
So actually, I haven't in competition, because he was retired by the time, because he actually retired very early on from Quake, except he did make a comeback into Quake 4, but I wasn't playing duel in that game. But otherwise, the only time I'd played him in any kind of competitive setting was at one of these like Fatality used to go around to like LANs and stuff. Like he went to an iSeries once and he had his own little setup, and it's like, oh, if you can frag me using my gear, but you can't change any of the settings, and like your mouse is like wrecked and stuff, like then you can win a graphics card. So it's like a carnival game type of thing. And I did get a frag against him, but I didn't get any rewards, which I'm very sad about to this day. But we never actually played because he was also in the US, and so back like in Quake in general, the netcode is so bad back then. Playing. I mean, even now, to be honest, people don't tend to play cross continent. And I was always in Europe when I was playing Quake actively for the most part. But I've played Rafa a lot, and also at Rafa's first big tournament, we played at the same LAN, but we were in separate groups. And that was in 2008. So I played a lot of the other like top US duels at some point, but never fatalities. He was kind of out of the scene when I was more active.
There you go. Rafa's awesome. I think I hung out with him last time, and mutual friends last time I was in the Fort Worth area, which was pretty cool. Top geezer. Wasn't he moving to Europe? I don't know if he did or not.
He did, yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's in Europe now. He's actually playing Quake live again because in Europe there's always been like some tournaments going on, and there are actually still like very, very good players who like never stop playing. And so he actually just picked up Quake live again in the last 6 months, and has been playing at the top of that league as well. So you can watch him still play Quake if you want.
Yeah, I do follow him.
125 FPS league.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, good for the guy who was sent in the question as well. From Andrew Gross. Hey guys, just wanted to say I really enjoy listening to both of you, DDK and Bardolph, and I'm glad you guys are working this event. You guys are always my favorite caster pair, and I always love hearing you guys cast CS. Good luck the rest of the way. Well, cheers very much, Mr. Gross. We appreciate that.
That's awesome.
May your fish be crispy and your chips also be crispy.
Yeah, thanks for sending us some else. Thanks for sending the love. Love is returns.
So we've got one more. Dear Casting Couch, I heard you were taking relationship advice. I recently started dating a girl. We've been out 2 or 3 times. She wanted to go out next weekend, and seeing as I already had tickets to the EPL finals, I invited her. Now, she has no idea what Counter-Strike is, or barely video games for that matter. How do I make this trip as romantic as I possibly can? Look forward to your answer. Much love from Stockholm, Harry.
Okay, well, here's one quick tip. Before you check into the hotel, call the hotel and ask them if they have like flowers or something, and also write a note and get them to write the note for you and leave it in the room before you actually like get into the room. And then maybe if you drink, then get a bottle of wine in there and just get the hotel. The hotel will help you. They're very good at that. It's a very good tip.
Interesting. What if they don't
love that?
If you ask for flowers or something and they don't have something, then you might be at the mercy of whoever the person on the other side of the phone is.
They'll always have like wine or like some kind of like beverage. So that's usually like an easy one that they'll always have. But some hotels, depending on like what hotel it is, they might be able to do something extra. So you just have to talk to them. Just talk to people.
Boom.
They can help you out.
I think the main thing is you can watch a Counter-Strike, but you just got to spit bars, Harry. You just got to spit bars and have mad personality without trying too hard as well. Don't try too hard. Just be you, Harry. As long as you is good. If not, be someone else. But if you've got personality, you'll be fine. If you can hold a conversation, you'll be fine. Just don't do things to try and impress, and don't make jokes at other people's expense, and you'll be fine.
No forests.
Because that's the cringe thing. That's how you get blocked. If the other person's worth their salt. 9-0, a flavorless half for bait thus far.
All right. Well, there's more tips to be extracted. We'll have to maybe return to that. So we've got the AWP Alpha Sizzy. So they got 0 rounds so far. Can they get a single rounds, let alone 3? Maybe the break helped them.
What good would a single round be, really? Bro, Kenzazor and Essential have combined 1 frag. And it's round 10. That's rough. They look so good. Hey, maybe they've been outmaneuvered in the map veto as far as the second map is concerned. Also shows you how important their strong performance on Mirage was for them. Because it seems likely that we will be racing towards Dust 2.
This is one of the ways how the really, really super elite teams can get an edge over you as well, is just having a much deeper map pool that you'll always be at a disadvantage no matter how the veto goes.
Oh! Oh, he's got support for the second kill. Alex will do it. Fallen is blind. The timing is good enough for Bait to still be standing. All 5 are up. Now, Yuri can still make this expensive. Every frag counts, even if they lose the round. May make it easier to win the following 1 or 2. 16 seconds remain. Don't want to give up an AWP for no reason. It could be all a second AWP. Okay, it was a little awkward. I think maybe late on they were like, let's just try and get some more kills. So they got 2 kills out of that. We'll see if there are shortcomings. Beta on the scoreboards. I mean, I think most people will feel like this game is done, but it's never done until it's done. There's always a chance. As tiny as it might be, a chance is there. A chance exists. Otherwise, we would be on Dust 2 already. So let's see.
Yeah, it's a good shutdown. And it was a slower roll into the same B play, so there was a pace change, but to be honest, when there's like a tech pause for that period of time, I think it gets a little bit weird or a little bit less effective, I think, sometimes when you kind of play off the previous round conditioning, but it's a good opening from Molodoy, with all of that said. And so the cool thing that we can do here as well is we can kind of like look at what, like, how does Furia play the 5v4 here? They've got the very early pick. And so now they're going to be working on pressure towards bathrooms. This is a nice setup, though, from Sizzy. Oh, he's going to leave just at the wrong moments.
Yeah, it's a classic setup, though. Especially a Fallen squad will be very familiar with that. And how to deal with this. I think they came out with a flash. Definitely not make assumptions. I mean, that's the standard default, is basically taking the AWP angles away as a T side with the molly and smoke around the toilets. You can wallbang that wall into the connector as well, although you'd only really do it if you saw someone. NPL's position, though, would be a nice wallbang. Getting low on the clock once again. 30 seconds. We've got CT utility up in both sites, around both sites. But we are walking into B with Furia at present. Into the B bomb site they go. There's pop flashes there as well. Fallen is rotating the bomb in also. And Alex is at the back. Essentially playing retake on the bomb site. But again, they're being dismantled. Being pulled apart slowly and painfully by Furia.
It's just a great T side from Furia here. Alex, though, trying to do what he can. Some good fragging again. Now in the 1v2 clutch. Needs the quad kill, but no, gets denied. This is the exact reason why I was like, okay, let's pay attention to see what Furia do, because when a T side gets that 5v4 early, they have a lot of time left to play tricks on you in terms of information. So they go to the point of their default where it's like, okay, we're going to take bathrooms control. We've dug in, we've won water control. We've dug a player in there. I think it's Queserato. So Queserato can also hear rotation if it happens on B. And then they can either pivot into B, or based on what they've seen, or they can just, hit A if they think that, there's still a good, solid B defense. And they found the perfect opening through Monster. It's just so deliberate and high level from Furia. It's great to see.
Ikindar's having a great time. Nice lad to have a chat with. NPL almost catches the second, but Queserato is there to help. So well versed on Overpass, our Furia. Three on two, though, is viable. for the remainder of Bates. A chance to double their score, perhaps. Kindar with eyes towards connector, where Alex will soon emerge. The off angle won't be good enough, but he has made him hurt, and Molodoi will do the rest. Ken Sizor, without a kit, is the last man standing now. Coming in from the bank position. Is there a kit nearby? Is there time to find both these players and the kits? Molodoi will answer all those questions very promptly and very violently indeed. Furia have got places to be, and that seems to be a third map.
How much Overpass is really left at this point? Bait, with a single round on the board, have been controlled all over this map by Furia's masterful T-side approach. It's now Bait's turn to do the same if they possibly could. But it's not a good start with Molodoi getting that opening pick.
Furia looking to dominate. Molodoi is taking liberties on long. To a 2-on-2 we go. Silent treatments.
Yes.
Imagine Fallen maybe heading towards B soon.
Taking a leisurely stroll around Overpass.
He's there split up. They're heading towards B. Still such good range for the USP. Smoke will certainly help. Carefully covered. Don't want to show too much skin because you might lose it. They've got a molly as well. Is there an angle for this bomb plant? There is no kit for the CTs. Oh, there's a big swing. And no molly required. Even with the molly, they would have had to fight some. But, man, if I had to illustrate this scoreline, I would do a drag race with BMW M5 competition versus a tricycle.
It's actually funny. I was thinking with the first half of that Furia showed where they were just controlling their opponent, exactly like dictating to them where they can go, where they can't go, like just, you know, almost like just like using the mind powers against them. It reminded me of like when you see fighters that are really mismatched. Again, like I recently saw a video of like Lex Friedman trying to wrestle with Khabib, and Lex Friedman is like a really, really accomplished black belt, and he just can't do anything, just totally controlled by Khabib. And it reminded me kind of that.
3-on-3. There's a chance for this round. We'll just focus one round at a time. Safety in numbers. They are together. Are baits. As are Furia, more or less. Concentrate their efforts. Looking opposing sides of the map. There's utility for Furia. They've got smokes and beyond. So let's see. If they can clear toilets, baits are in trouble. Oh, they're getting busy. Just bypassing Alex.
Yeah. Ooh. In position to fight Alex on the back here. It's Yuri. Wow. He's got one more player though. The duelie's coming out. Alex is just toying with him. As we know, very good Alex in these clutch situations. And 2 rounds on the board. Let's go. Not done just yet here, Bates on Overpass. But yeah, Alex did manage to be unseen for quite some time.
Yeah, back to his normal level of focus as well. And this is a true test of sports psychology. A map that naturally, deep down, will feel lost. But the round ahead of you, it certainly is not. Be that this round or a full buy round for both squads. You're a team with a plan, Furia. Air enthusiast Molodoy has a close look. Had his fill. Back to the counter-strike.
Molodoy, he spotted some victims. Beta closing in though. Couple missed shots and lots of space gained. Falling goes down. Nice headshot, but burned alive. 2 more players on the site, and Bait looking to convert here. Oh, it's getting dangerous. Yakind are doing a little bit more than they wanted with that 5-7. Now Keserato looking to finish it off, and he will. 13-2. And it's a very straightforward affair here for Furia to recover in this series after a loss on Mirage. We'll see what happens on map 3.
2, Furia, rank 19, Bait, and Overpass. I love how difficult a map it is to play. It's so enjoyable to see a team play it well. And this team played it fantastically well in that series. The 13-2 over Bait, thus 2 as a decider between these squads. We'll get into that Now, Furia 75% with 8 maps played. Bait 67 with 3, which is not really a percentage you can take any stock into because the sample size is minuscule. So perhaps it's a question mark as far as Bait are concerned. I'll look into that a little bit further in a second.
On good authority, I'm back, James. So I'm just going to interrupt you and then stop talking.
Marvelous.
No, really, I'll start casting. No, Kez is off there on the top mid, trying to make something of this. Obviously, good access right now straight to the A sides, but have to deal with Kensator first. Buy some time for Sizzy, and this is not looking too comfortable. Good thing Essentials right here with the dualies to put the stoppage on, and the pivot into B is the play now. Yuri making his way forwards. Looks like he's able to actually cross here, but the bomb has to do the same. So 2 versus 3 here for Furia, looking challenging. And this, I don't think the CTs want to even allow them to plant here, James.
Yes, that would be ideal as far as the CTs are concerned. And Furia understand the urgency of finding these frags if they can. There is time. There is time! My word, he had 45 seconds, didn't need it. Molodoy pops 1, pops 2. Thank you. Explosive
good
start
adjustments
to this one.
From both teams. What are you feeling, James? Give me a scoreline right now.
So I'm just having a look at the little data we have of late for Bait on Dust 2. 13-4 versus NRG. They've lost to Pain and beaten Pain. 12-16, 19-16 last year, that was. I mean, it was December, so not too far away.
This is too much analysis, James, for your prediction. I just need 2 numbers. That's all I need.
Oh, what?
The first 2 numbers that come to mind.
1 and 2.
Okay.
I mean, what do you mean?
Yeah. Okay, maybe this backfired a little bit. I don't know. Well, anyway, we do have cat control that has been achieved by Furia. They've shown presence as they've said hello. But will they say hello again, James? Will they depart?
Two scouts on the server. We've seen very capable scouters this week, which has pleased me because for months they have been hard to find. But I'm getting my fill of scout frags. Molodoy certainly has given me some earlier. Again, Snappy was a dab hand with it in previous games with different matchups. Keserato making things even as the remaining CTs have been somewhat outmaneuvered. He's got to be careful though, tagged with the scouts. Don't want to get them too excited in their pursuit of a first round. So this being a force buy, does Alex go and pick up a scout here? Are they looking for exits? Don't have a kit. Seems they're looking for a little robbery here. Got some dodgy policemen. They will not be successful. So there were multiple options to take there. They picked one, didn't work out. Such is life.
Terrorists win.
Success for Furia. And I'm not going to expect to see a domination like we saw on Overpass. I think that would be a little bit crazy. I think it's harder on Dust 2 to have that same level of control over your opponent. But I would expect, though, once, especially Molodoy can get going on the AWP, that this could be pretty nasty, potentially, for Bait. So, it's going to be tough for them to work back from a difficult CT economy. We've all been on the receiving end of it. We all know it sucks. So, let's see what they can do here with the scouts. Again, it'd be very nice to be treated to some more scout highlights here on Dust 2.
The double scout might have been fun if they were able to keep those for this round. I would have been interested to see it. That's an interesting play from Yakindar.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Okay, then. Well, I have some questions.
Okay.
I mean, scout gonna scout. That's great. This would be a nice early round for Bait. There's just too many people alive for Furia. Like, it's hard. I mean, do they hold position, show a little presence, and then try to fall back? They surely feel like there's a fair chance of being hunted. If so, there's no good option remaining for them in a scenario such as this.
I will say, though, this is one of the best maps to be in this kind of a situation, because Dust 2 does lend itself to being able to find picks and get these open doors you kind of need. See if Molodoi can make something happen here. And Yuri's going to be activated now. A fight will be forced in mid. He'll just die. So that's not a good start here. Molodoi has to ace clutch now. So that's a fun thing for him to think about. He's going to save the AK.
Oh my god.
They donated 4 rifles, James. Will it be a 5th?
Yep.
Oh, can they get there though in time? I don't know if they can actually, because everyone already has one.
Yeah, maybe there's a Gilil to be upgraded if they make it there. Those were nice, but well, from what we could see, Yakindar walked through a smoke in mid doors with an AK and lost the AK, which was a difficult start for Furia. Let's see what impact it has then. Not sure what to make of my expectations of Bait in the vacuum of this map of Dust 2. So I go into this with open eyes. The meta smoke for the door at present.
Bait trying to decide how to orient the A setup. Because there are decisions, you can reinforce long. You can, try to reinforce the site. There's obviously a lot of different options. You can bring a player now down into mid. That's what that mid smoke, that CT smoke typically will do from the T side, is it will pull one of the CTs off the A setup into CT spawn. And that makes the A plays a little bit easier. Then if a team really wants to go for the B split, then they end up doing a second re-smoke, as we're kind of seeing here. But it's actually going to be tunnels heavy.
Clock is ticking. All 5 in the halls. See an exchange of utility.
A lot of antsiness on the site.
Oh, Kentasaur's still got some util here, which is going to make it hard for them to stand and fight as they come out if that molly falls. And indeed it does. They'll barely make terra firma. Lovely tap from Essential on the last one. Wasn't able to squeeze out enough util. And yeah, some stunted growth here for Furia on Dust 2.
Yeah, so far so good for Bait after that really shocking round. I mean, Yakindar, what was he up to? That was like the first domino getting pushed over, and all of the dominoes fell after that. I like this. Kentasaur going straight into lower dark. Oh, he's going to find Fallen at the top of mid. That's a beautiful find, and he's going to keep going. Oh my god, Molodoi. How has he found that one?
It's made Fallen swallow an apple whole.
Wait, I don't want to go into this guy again. He's kind of lighting them up last round.
Yeah, Sizzy has util, so he can throw a support flash for his teammate or just post up with the AWP. More deagle shots then. He's got to be real careful about what he chooses to do. Lovely molly. To limit where the T's can stand. It's one more in the hands of Alex. Wherever they choose to throw it. Flashes are out, as are the pistols. Oh, they're going to win the round, aren't they? Aren't they? Yuri, 21 HP. He's got no Kevlar, though. He can't take a bullet, and he will. Boy, have they made that expensive. However, Bates will still prevail.
Yeah, that was a rough one. But that's what matters. They get it over the line and the AWP is rescued. That shot from K-Serato was pretty nasty, I gotta say. Some good deagle connections, always helpful. But moving forwards now, we have Molodoy picking up the AWP again. And I wonder if there's any timings here. Molodoy is towards the long timing, actually. He's not going to go for it, though. He's jump on the teammate's heads. Look for the mid shot.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. The confidence is paying off for Sizzy.
There's momentum here for these boys, for these young lads. There is momentum. MPL's got to be careful, though. Maybe bit off more than he could chew. And Furia are getting right back into this. Lovely spray from Yakinda. Sizzy will escape, though. Now, there are sound cues for... I think there might be sound cues for Alex. At least one player towards short. But what's of the remainder? I haven't bought anything just yet, Bait. As you can see, 2 players still sitting in B. It's a footstep. Is he ready for the second one? He's seen the bomb. That's info. Sizzy and Essential rotating. They know the bomb's on long as well, so what they choose to do with this. Sizzy's still looking for a lurker, so it doesn't seem they're 100% sure where the second player might be. No nasty nades for the bomb site. Just there's a molly picked up by Sizzy, but I think it'll just be the AWP now. 1 versus 2. A good start to this round from Bait, but Furia are always capable of turning things around. Hold on a second.
Oh, no.
They were lined up for a moment, at least on the X-ray.
They still have good money, actually. All things considered, Bait actually have pretty good money. You know, because there's been some catastrophic rounds where they lost a lot of players, but... Whoa, that was a flick shot as well. That's actually awesome. That was awesome.
Terrorists win.
Furia pick it up, though. 3-3. Kind of going round for round, which really doesn't feel good on the CT side of this map. I wonder if we'll see the AWPs moving around again. That's usually a good focal point to see sort of where that initial impact may be made. But for now, you know, it feels like, you know, Bait are doing a good job. Obviously, it's you know, they want to have a strong CT half, but they got absolutely destroyed on Overpass. So this is a big improvement already. Double AWP for the CTs. They must know, surely. Well, now they do, definitely. Hear the scoping. All right, the B site's all on Essential with the AWP. He's got 38 health, and that's all he's got to work with. Oh, Molodoy.
That's very nice.
Can't believe you've done that to him.
He's repositioned so well also. Sizzy makes no assumptions, though. The presence across the map is so good for Furia. You can see so much presence from Bait towards short. So much activity, rather. With long being lost. We know how Furia... I really enjoy Furia's timing, actually, on the T side. But playing against that has got to be nerve-wracking. Closing the distance from long as well. They'll soon be running distraction. There is a trade. They use the numbers well. Sizzy's up close now. As the molly comes through, he's got the angle. K-Serato can just entertain and pull him away from the A bomb site while the rest try to get that bomb planted. What a save by Molodoy there. Stopping a slam dunk, it looks like. Swing and a miss that time as Fallen's left in the clutch. Falls from the site with the molly. HG's there as well, but he still delivers. 1v1. There's an AWP coming, but from where? Essential doesn't have a kit. Is there one on the way? Moving through. He does not have time. AK's collected. Does he try and drop a smoke? It's just too much to ask to identify where Fallen is. Oh, he's had to go back and find a kit now. It's all about this duel. It's so hard to look at that angle sometimes. And Fallen will be able to save his team's bacon on this occasion.
Oof, that was very close. This shot though, oh my god, he sees for like a split second a shadow moving through the smoke effectively. And extrapolates the flick angle, the trajectory, the calculus, trigonometry is happening in his brain. He's still doing trigonometry, James.
Lovely work. He's had some nice moments. Furia are so dangerous though on the T side. Whether it's 5 or 4, they'll often find a way. Great timing though this time from NPL. 5-on-3 makes it more difficult. Good support for the AWPer as well by those mid doors. Essential's been lost. So there is a chance. Great flashes. Kent is already working for that one. There he try and face Molodoy. Fallen is here to save. That makes it a 2-on-2. Hard to put down our Furia.
Ooh, oh my god. Bait needed that desperately. Now Alex is in what could be just a 1 versus 2 in the goose position. There's 2 mollies as well. Will they actually molly him out though? This might actually be a very good spot right now. We'll see how much can be done from this. Alex takes down the first player. Molodoy, of course, gets the trade with the AWP in very quickly though from Cat. Sizzy, he might be able to stop this. Okay, Molodoy is going to be under some pressure now. Molodoy actually exiting the site very briefly before posting up again. Says he needs to be sure it's not a fake. AWP in Molodoy's hands is a lethal thing. Back to Goose. Just in case the runaround happened. Looking towards long, but game of timing here. Sizzy. Oh, he's going to get it. Great crouch peek coming in from him. Perfect timing. He's got plenty of time for that defuse.
Gotta say, Molodoy pulling the bomb out and just keeping an eye on what was going on towards short. The presence of mind is just immense. Seeing that nade coming in, just hopping back, because otherwise he'd be done for. Otherwise, that's GG probably, unless it's an unlucky bounce. Ooh. Even though he didn't win the round, that moment was cool. But I mean, how close was he to winning that round? You saw he was scoped in there. Oh, so close. So it will be the pistols then for Furia. And a lot of utility as well. This is enough to close the distance. And then who knows? These are viable rounds. These are rounds with a plan. Now, do they have enough to, again, manipulate where that third man goes? So you see the presence on short. You can see NPL, he is that third man, pulling away from the B bomb site. This is exactly the plan from Furia. Entertain that third man. So you got a 4 or 5-on-2 on that B bomb site then. So far, so good for Furia. There might be a crossfire here for the CTs. They are delivering. Looking pretty good for them as well. So the first goal was achieved, but of course the CTs are simply far better equipped. It was always going to be difficult, and it is the blades to finish him, leaving him face down on the pavement.
Yeah, nice hold. Actually, good adjustment from Bates. They had everything covered nicely. They've actually done a great job receiving the B pushes. I think almost every round they've defended it really well, and so Furia is certainly in trouble in this series. To be honest. This would be a massive upset, and Bait are starting to have like a good CT side. We've kind of gotten beyond, what could be quite dangerous, which is a terrible scoreline again. But Sizzy opening things up, a lower dark aggression as well to follow for Bates on this CT side is going to give them all the information they need.
Cleanup operation is here. Deny they ever existed in this round, the way things are going. Essential on 12 frags. Kensizor up to 16 now. Having a great time on the CT side.
Furia timeout, they can feel that things are starting to slip away a little bit. Again, they're down a map. They lost the opening map, which is crazy. Crazy. Mirage was a really well played map from Bates, and that's gotten them to this point. It was going to take a lot of convincing for me, I think, Jace, after seeing how dominant Overpass was, to feel like they can do this and actually convert this series. But it's now starting to look a lot better because the CT rounds are much harder to come by. And if we go back to the beginning of this half, they started off losing the pistol and going down in economy. And that usually is very hard to recover as a CT side, but they've done it so far.
Love the nade in the mid doors. The drop of the nade. AKs and Galils for Furia. Sizzy will be on his lonesome towards B. Posted up with the AWP. A lot of trust in those hands. As you see the CTs boosting in CT spawn as well. That will be the support in there, in that position. So, interestingly, the A-site player is currently on his own, as is Alex. Kensizor has one flash, which could be sent towards long if required, if he has the opportunity. May feel slightly gambly. Oh, he's moved over towards long for support, leaving long short wide open. Running distraction, allowing Alex to activate. There's a swing from the long side. So they've left short open. They must finish off the job here on long. There's no sniper. So holds A from the car position. That's such an important frag for Kensizor. He's got to take a gamble and go through that smoke now. As they were spread a bit thin in this one. Let's see how the retake looks.
Yeah, Sizzy with the AWP is going to be definitely an important factor, but he's coming in from disadvantaged ground from CT spawn with the AWP, not very good, so he reroutes to Cat. Oh no, sorry, his teammate's going up Cat. Sizzy still making his way through CT. Good. Kill from Essential. If he can open up Catwalk here, that'd be massive. Now it's all on his shoulders. Great work taking down Keserato, the final player, and Bait managed to make the retake work. That is crazy.
That's a really interesting round from the CT side. Spread a bit thin as far as A is concerned. Be wanting to show some presence in mid with the setup they had. And again, this duel here from Kensizor is so crucial.
Yeah.
If he loses that duel, I think it's a wrap as far as A is concerned. And this gives them great potential moving into the second half if they can win this one as well. It will really be all to play for. But yeah, there's a few ways where that last round goes wrong for them. Keserato happy to duel through mid doors.
That's a very fast pickup. Maybe staying out there for a little bit too long, Sizzy. And now the punish could be catastrophic. Going straight towards the A side here. Very rapid pace. Alex looking to defend from the ramp. The mollies are going to pressure him away. Still taking the fights though, still keeping the spray going. And wow, Kensizor able to pick up one as well. And they are holding the line here, fully on the A site. The bomb is down and it's just Yakindar looking to try to convert 1 versus 3.
They are all heavily tagged on the Bait side. The key factor though is that Yakindar does not have the bomb. It has been compromised. That will limit his options. But he's got a good chance of a 1v1 for now. Help is on the way. Kensizor top mid. See that bomb now. Kindar spotted. The remainder will stay quiet. He's got the pressure to plant that bomb. Kenzizor being careful as well. I don't know if the CTs know that the bomb is in that position. He's collected it now. And they've got the sound cues for the rotation as well. But he will still look for these lurkers. 24 seconds. He can only look for so long. Spotted one top mid. Spotted bottom mid as well. And Bates could really be doing it here. This would be a huge win for them. But there's more to play for yet.
Is about to start here between Furia and Bates, and it's crazy. Bates are actually in a great position, 8-4 up, to take down Furia and move forwards. It will be a huge upset. We'll have to see if they can complete it here. Now they go on to the T side.
I love that I screwed up the throws a break, and then you almost called it a grand final when we come back from the break. Oh, not a bad start, Molodoy. Sees the shadow. Second one is easy. That's not a bad angle, is it? Oh, you Kindar grabbed the second one, actually. Either way, it's a team effort. Alex and Essential remain. Not the perfect range there for Alex. Let the bodies hit the floor, boy. How do you deal with that then? You don't.
Right. You submit submit to your fate, accept it.
Buckle up. Crash into the wall on that occasion. Bates had a really good first half, I think we will all agree. And Furia, are they on the ropes? Can we say that? I mean, maybe not now that they've won the pistol. If they hadn't, then they really would be on the ropes. But again, they are always a threat. Like, it doesn't matter if it's half by or whatever, they are always going to be a problem. So with the momentum from winning that pistol, they could catch up quite quickly. So Bomb Plant makes this round a lot easier for them. I was just having
good strong forward positioning.
Sorry, Dan. I was just having a look at some of the earlier results today, and I saw that Foot got fisted by Astralis. I do like to watch a Foot game, so, you know, well done, Astralis.
Well, they were all vaporized bait in this round, so now we get into the interesting part of the half. We got the guns out. It kind of sucks for Bait. It's actually really interesting if you think about this scoreline, and then you understand that Bait lost both pistols. It's and they lost both following rounds as well.
Yeah, that's significant work being done. There's more work to be done.
Yeah, they do be doing it. They do be doing the work. Getting up catwalk. And two-man setup still for Furia on long here. So Furia may be suspecting a late long take or potentially
nice
something of that nature. They will bring back Molodoi.
Yeah, he's the flash man as well. Oh!
Oh.
That's not trigonometry. Damn, look at all the toys your Kindar's got to play with.
If it's not trigonometry, what is it?
Well, I was going to say a cluster truck, but I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I still remember that round of Train when Scream threw a nade and it bounced off a sign and naded his entire team. I'm surprised he didn't get kicked from the server. 30 seconds-ish. Where are they going, though? NPL's made his way into CT spawn. 3 players have been outmaneuvered. Furia are on the wrong part of the map, but Fury's got a nice angle, almost a second. The bomb site will be cleared out, though, 3-on-3.
Huge round here. This will be highly destabilizing Furia's economy. Now, there is a molly left for Essential. There's no util for the CTs. For Furia to retake, and there is also a flank, which is Essential. A flank on the flank. This timing is really important for them. Should very surely be looking for someone here.
They've got no kit.
See if he has a presence of mind.
I guess they are containing. Oh, look at the detail. The detail. Okay, it was heard by Fallen, but still, he flashed the tunnel as his teammates are exiting the bomb site. Employee of the month. That was awesome.
That's a terrible round to have to give up in that way. Are we going to see the upset here, James? It really feels like we're seeing the first T buy round is won by Bates. Now the only whoa. We got double ops straight away. Molodoi gets one, Queserato gets one as well. So that's all based on the timings here for Queserato perhaps to be on this one.
If they're expecting quiet map control or space taking, then that would be a good answer. There's next to no util. They've really invested in these cannons. They need to hit their spots, whereas Bates have got many tools to work with in this round. including a Mac 10 in the hands of Kenzizor.
Going for the B hits, looks like. However, Fallen is pushing long doors. It's risky, but it's going to tell his team exactly what's happening. They are prepared now for a B hit. There is a lurk from Kenzizor on Catwalk, but he's not going to be able to help the bomb go down, and that might be the problem here. Big pick-off initially from Molodoi. A second one. His back is against the wall. No further repositioning is enabled. Serato takes down Kenzizor on the flank as well. 2 versus 3 after plant. Doable here on the retake for Furia.
There's another smoke for NPL. Timing is going to be important. Fallen, showing up skin, but escape. NPL repositions. Alex under the window. Pre-fire. Fallen's going in to find the info. It's a trade here, though. He finds all 3 NPL. That is such a crucial moment for the squad.
NPL played that so well. The spot on the player in tons, the reposition with the smoke, has cover from doors to get to the car position. Able to get the double from here. It's like so the first guy is distracted, trying to shoot his teammates, so he trades effectively, then knows he just has to spray the left because he knows someone's chasing there. So perfectly managed. And now they're 10-6 and the money's completely gone for the CTs. And they're going to lose Yakinda immediately here. Bates are looking so good right now.
Goodbye, Molodoi. Thank you for playing. Oh, NPL turned the tag. Got to be careful with the reload, though. He's got help from Essential. Wonderful work. That was the round. That round prior was the round for Bates, as far as the second half is concerned. And now Furia are up shit creek without a paddle.
Yeah, that clutch from NPL really was everything. I mean, it's such a huge deal to get that, and now like Furia are just really on their back, trying to get back on their feet, and it's really a question as to whether that's even going to happen at this point. 2 more rounds for Bait, and Furia are going to spend all their money here. Some of the greatest tools that Furia would want to have, the AWPs, are not going to be available. Their money is just too messed up. They're so close. Bait is so close. This is also where it goes wrong when you can taste victory and you're like, oh, are we doing it, guys? Are we doing it?
Yeah, that's the test. Loads of tools for Bait to work with. Loads of nades to create space. Force to reduce space for the CT side. No early pick towards B. It's nice when you have a spawn on a T side and you can take an angle. Try and catch a CT popping up behind big box.
There you go. So far, entry is looking not too bad at 3 versus 3. They still have Kenzizor left on the lurk as well. Always a problem to deal with. Another round that looks very, very promising here for the Bait side, especially after that one. It's traded, but it's a very hard retake now for Molodoi and Fallen.
No kit. At the risk of losing everything. Where is that last player? It's Sizzy at the back. And Furia get wiped out again. Match point for Bait. Smashed on Overpass. Smashing on Dust 2.
Smash or be smashed, I guess.
Yeah, what a big game. Losing both pistols, as you said. And they are 12-6. What's happening? That means really outside of the pistols, Furia have won 2 rounds versus Bait.
Yes, yeah. The fact that they, if you're converted both times off the pistol, that is in of itself not guaranteed today's Counter-Strike. So and this could be it. 12-6. Oh my god. Bait, are they doing it here? They are moving up catwalk. It's a different look into an opening. They haven't actually contacted up into a position like Cat before. This might catch the CTs off guard.
Trying to close it out quickly. There's one flash for Molodoi. If he can do it in time. Yakindal's getting barbecued though. He's got nowhere to go. Stuck on long behind the smoke at the mercy of Bates. At match points, getting absolutely annihilated. Yuri, 1 versus 4. Just 2 rounds if you ignore the pistols and their associated utter dominance by Bates on Dust 2. 2 strong maps from them after getting battered on Overpass, and finally they smile. What a series for